Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. I am just up and getting ready for my first day back to work and back to school. I have my first class tonight, and then, of course, it's my first day back to work today after the Christmas winter break, and same with school. So I am definitely more excited to go back to school than I am for work, but I feel like that's how it is sometimes, or you get so comfortable with being off of work that then you're like, oh, I have to go back now. um I am currently just drinking some coffee, and I am one of my I don't know about you. Do you guys do New Year's resolutions? I feel like some people are really weird about it, where they are just like, nope, no New Year's resolutions, and then some people do have some goals. I personally one of my goals is to drink less coffee because I do feel like the more stressed I am with school and work, the more I will drink coffee. And so I am trying to drink more tea because it keeps me more calm, and if I can drink caffeinated tea and still feel refreshed and calm and kind of feel more balanced out. But I have coffee that I need to use up first. And I actually have a whole nother bottle of creamer that's not even open. I was actually looking at the grocery store the other day and was trying to find this coffee that I currently have, and they do not have it, and it's so frustrating because I just for some reason really like this coffee. It's like this Starbucks holiday blend, because when I went home to visit my family, it was on sale, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And I actually really liked it. It's has a little bit of maple in it, and it's, I don't know, something about it just really sits well with me, and I can't find it. So I'm thinking I might try to look at the Starbucks on campus today and see if it's there. Um, because if I'm correct, I only work from 7:30 to 10:30 today, but I'm not positive. I'm so confused about how my schedule is, but I'm just kind of over here just going with the trying to go with the flow. That's not really how I work, but I'm trying. So I'm gonna just try to do that. Um, so I just I don't know, I'm so hooked on that particular coffee right now. But I my thing is I don't want to just completely waste a whole bottle of creamer. And so I feel like I can still have that tea in other areas of the day until I finish that other creamer, because just kind of going with the flow. If I get off at 10:30, then I'm planning to come back here and then plan to have lunch here, and then also just kind of finish getting ready for going to campus, and whatever I need to do to get ready for pack my lunch. I'm gonna have lunch here at my apartment, but then I want to just go ahead and also pack whatever I need for dinner and take my lunch box to we have a really a little lounge area in the building that my classes are in, and so I was thinking I would just take my my lunch box there. I cannot talk this morning, but I was thinking I would put my lunch box in the fridge, for that way it would just stay cold. um but I have a couple of things that they can just stay in my backpack and they'll be fine. I made these Rice Krispie treats with a friend, and um they turned out so good, but I've been saving them specifically for when school and work start, because I really wanted to be able to take them with me to class. So I'll be interested to see how long my classes go this semester. I'm feeling so tired. I woke up at 4 this morning and then was trying to go back to sleep for an hour, but it wasn't really going very well. Um, I just kind of laid there for an hour, maybe slept for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But it was once 5 o'clock hit, I knew I needed to get up. Yeah, it's so fun. back to going to bed at 8 o'clock, back to like just routine. Even my dad was like, that sounds like a lot. And I'm just like, well, if I want to get this done in 2 years, that's how it's got to be. So I'm just being funny. Don't get me wrong. I love my program. It's awesome. I honestly haven't felt more like passionate and like more like excited about like school in a really long time. So I think trying to get back into the routine is what's really hard, because like you go from like having 3 5 weeks of like no routine, no real like, oh, I can just do whatever I want, to, oh, like, okay, I got to get back in the routine now, and I got to like go back to work now. So it's like my brain's just so like jumbled and like trying to figure it all out. So I will see you guys soon. Hey guys, I'm back. I am just having a blueberry bagel, which just for some reason sounded more appealing than a plain bagel. And then I'm just having some peanut butter on it. That's my breakfast this morning. I just really wanted something other than yogurt. I've been really trying not to buy yogurt all the time because the price of yogurt has gone up just for those like little miniature yogurts. It's $2 for one individual one. So I'm trying to kind of branch out and figure out some other ideas. So yeah, trying to figure out some other ideas. I really need to do the banana bread. So I'm kind of thinking maybe we'll try to do that either Saturday or either Sunday. I don't know what it was about yesterday, but I just really like got so caught up in everything and just ended up not doing it. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have time to do makeup, which kind of bums me out because I really wanted to. But I could always like just come home after work and do some. Man, honestly, it's my first day back to work. It doesn't matter. It's been crazy trying to figure out the whole thing. I am like so just, it's been crazy. But I hope you guys are gonna have a good week. Sorry for my mess. I definitely am thinking that I'm gonna just finish my bagel real quick and then try to start, like, I've already washed my face. I just need to brush my teeth. That's like the main thing. And then honestly, I fill up my water bottle, and then I really don't think I'm probably just gonna like kind of get ready, like probably leave soon. There should be 2 kids for early care. But I have to do like a lot of like stuff just for opening up before they even get there. So I usually try to aim to get there by like 7:15 or like, well, leave by 7:15 or so. Sometimes I leave earlier. It just really depends. The one thing I'm very nervous about with like my like goal of like drinking less coffee is like whether I'm gonna be able to like manage like the aspect of like staying on top of things. My hope is that as long as I'm drinking caffeinated tea in the morning, that then like if I'm just having a bubbly caffeinated in the afternoon, I should be good. Plus, like, I do have Starbucks gift cards, so it's like if I feel desperate, I can get another caffeinated tea or get some caffeinated coffee. I mean, I'm hoping I can get it to where I've done it before. I feel like I should be able to do it again, but it's hard. I remember when I used to work with toddlers, and like I finally just admitted to myself that like I needed to start drinking coffee again. But I also just hate like I hate that feeling of like feeling so addicted to coffee. And I like that tea. I can really, there's so many different flavors of tea. And it's just so much more, it feels so much better for you too. But I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it'll go well. I will see you guys when I get off work. And hopefully I'll literally just be getting ready for class and for just like trying to like get some stuff done on campus. I know I need to pack like a couple of books for class, get my dinner ready, and then like a book that I need to start reading for Saturday. And then of course like I need to have lunch before I go over to campus because I'm trying to like make sure I don't buy like any food on campus. The main thing like is to just get those things done, and then I can head over to campus, and that'll be that. And then of course pack my medicine. But yeah, I will see you guys soon. Hope you guys have a lovely morning. Bye. Alright, so we are just gonna put some makeup on. I feel like I look like crazy. But I got my hair cut, so my hair is like super short now. And I wanted to like also pull my hair back some. So first we are gonna do, if I can find it, here it is. So first we're gonna do the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Cut Primer. I like to do this first. I'm all about like doing a little bit of primer to kind of help that skin. Ugh. Yeah, my plan for this week for like dinner was probably to just do like Tim, and then to also just do like apples. And I was also planning on taking those Rice Krispie treats that my friend and I made, and then like maybe like a granola bar. Like honestly a lot of like snack food stuff, but like I just like this week was kind of like that week where you were just like, I'm really not sure like what's happening yet, and I didn't really want to go overboard. So next we are doing like CC cream. Hopefully you can like see that. This one is this is light to medium. So, but obviously I don't have like super dark skin, but I don't have like, you know, pale skin either. So we're gonna do that. I don't know about you guys, but like at least where I live, like winter has been like so crazy. It's either been like really warm, or either it's been like super like, you know, it's either been warm or either it's been just like freezing. Today it's supposed to be like 50 something. So I'm just like, I'm wearing a sweater and then I'm gonna take a jacket, but otherwise I don't think I'm gonna take much. I think that when I actually go like and head to like class, that's when I'm gonna probably like take an extra jacket just in case. But it's mainly because it gets so cold at like 8 something at night, and that's when I'm more like, oh, I don't know what to do. So I have a lot of eyeshadows, probably not as many as some people, but I have like these ones, which hopefully like you guys can see them. These are definitely more like the colors that kind of like pop. And then I have other colors that are kind of more like neutral colors. And so honestly I am kind of thinking I just want to like do the more like neutral thing today. And There is one color in here that I kind of like. That's like a Dream Big Brown. I think I might actually do that and then just do like a kind of a light underneath it. So I think what I'm going to do is do this color, and this is like literally like the whitest thing ever, and then do this like Dream Big Brown, which I feel like that's like a nice kind of mixture of color to go with like the brown that I have. I need to like, I honestly did not really put a lot of jewelry on yet, but I honestly just wasn't really feeling it at the time, so I just kind of was just not worrying about it. But I also thought I had to go to work like a lot earlier, so I think that was like the big thing, was I thought I had to be at work like way earlier, and then like found out that I didn't. So yeah. Oh, put it on the wrong brush. Whoops. So what shows are you guys currently watching? So my friend and I started watching, I can't think of the name of it, but it's this show that has like, it's basically about like how Edgar Allan Poe helped solve a crime. I learned about it from my boyfriend's little sister, and I honestly, like, it's really interesting so far. I honestly don't even normally like stuff like this movie, and so it's been really interesting to watch, and I actually am really liking it. And so I feel like that's what I've been watching so far, but then I've also been watching the second season of Ginny and Georgia, which I really like. That show is crazy. Like, I mean, I actually almost feel like I like the second season better, but I keep getting so mad because I want these two characters to be together and they're not together. And even though I like the guy that she's with now, they just don't like, it's just not the same as like the other guy and her. And it was like, but like, I don't know. Like, you ever get that way where you're just like, come on, like, get back together. But yeah, that's me. I really love like certain characters and can get really into them. So, man, this is like, you ever like look at eyeshadows and you just don't realize how dark they are until like after you put it on your skin? Whew. But I do like them together. They are really pretty. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm watching anything else right now. Like, sometimes I honestly just like to watch shows that like I've seen like 500 times, because it's like more mindless, and like it just kind of like gets me out of my head. I've also been getting really into like just art. So like sometimes I'll just like listen to a podcast or like listen to music and like just go crazy on the art stuff. I've been currently trying to paint like a mason jar, and then I've also just been kind of playing around with stuff in my sketchbook. I've been trying to like watch videos on YouTube and trying to draw. Currently, I've been trying to practice drawing a duck and a frog. So I feel like I'm doing better with the frog than I am the duck, but I need to practice the duck more. The frog, I've been practicing a lot more, and so I think that's why I'm doing better with it. But that's me over here. I really do like I find like it's almost like self-soothe, and I really want to also get into like trying to do like stuff like calligraphy, but I haven't really had like the time to get into it the way I want to. So hopefully I will be able to get more into that. When I went in a store the other day, it was like I just had a really hard time like finding what I was looking for. I really want to find a fountain pen that I can like play around with, but it was just, they were out of the fountain pens when I went the other day. And then it was like kind of like bumming because you were just like, well, can't really do anything about that. And so so currently this semester I am taking multicultural counseling, and then I will also be taking current school issues, and then I'm also going to be taking lifespan development, which I feel like if you guys did college or even an associate degree or anything like that, you had to take some sort of like development type class. I'm not too like woohoo about taking that class. That's like the only class I'm not excited for. But yeah, I feel like that's like literally the only class I'm not actually excited for. But then the other class that I am also taking is group counseling and like techniques for group counseling. So honestly, like most of my classes I'm really excited for. I'm very interested for the current school issues. So I'm hoping, and for the multicultural counseling, I know I'll love like the group counseling because when I was in undergrad, I had to take a group kind of group like therapy type class for social work. So I'm hoping that so I feel like I'm gonna really enjoy that class. But I'm hoping that like the current school issues will give me more like clarity on like just where I would like to focus in school counseling, or if like school counseling is still what I would like to do, or if I would like to switch to mental health. The only thing about switching to mental health is that then I would have to stay in the program longer because of the way that I like started the program. Because even last semester, had I like switched, I would have had to stay for 3 years rather than 2. So like even if I switched this semester, I would probably stay like even longer than 3 years. So that's like been why I've been kind of focused on just staying 2 years, getting my LPC so I can like eventually switch to mental health if I want to. So yeah, it's been interesting. So the multicultural counseling I'm super excited for. I already had to do like an introduction for that class online, and then I also had to do like a where you pick 2 different songs that you think kind of like relates to the class or like the purpose of the class, and I chose the song Different Colors, and I also chose the song what was the other one? Sing by Chemical Romance. So yeah, my boyfriend was like, I would not have thought you to be like a My Chemical Romance fan. And I was like, hey, like I had my phase, like everybody, and he's like, everybody had their phase. And I'm just like, yes, okay, like, you know what? Like, I feel like everybody who's like, was a 90s kid or either like, at least like a 90s baby or like at least part of like, or even like their late 30s liked My Chemical Romance, but at some point in their life. But that's just me. I mean, or if they are just like a big alternative music person, then they like My Chemical Romance. I mean, particularly, I just like those songs because they really focus on like the importance of loving all ethnicities and all people rather than like that focus of like one particular ethnicity. And like they even like I mean, I think about Sing, and it focuses on like it talked even about people with disabilities. So that's something that I like. I mean, especially with like I know for like my introduction, I like specifically mentioned that I had epilepsy and I have hearing loss. So and I know like we had to like the professor asked us to like include a video if possible, and like I like specifically for the Different Colors one, Ashley chose like Amber Galloway, who she is a person who is deaf, who actually like does music for a living. And so I love this specific video she does where it's like, it's different people, it's different kids who like they experience like being bullied and like people pulling their hearing aids out and like stuff like that. And I love her. Like she's so awesome. And so I was just so like and personally, like that's actually like the deaf community is a community I like with all my heart would love to work with. I want to get my ASL interpreter license or certificate. Personally, I would really love to get my interpreter license. I don't really give a crap that people are like, well, you don't really need to do that. Like, you can just get your certificate. I'm like, no, I want to get my ASL interpreter license because that, like, not only gives me more, like, ability to, like, really, like, spread out and, like, have more, like, almost, like, more ability to, like, branch out, but also, like, I can, like, be an interpreter on the side if I want to. So I'm definitely glad I like decided to do makeup. So what would be a song that you guys would choose? I like honestly look forward to like looking and seeing what other songs people chose. Those were the two songs that popped in my head like when I like went to go and do the assignment. I mean, they weren't even really like assignment. They were more just like, kind of like something she wanted us to do. I'm honestly really like I actually really love that professor. She's also my advisor, so I'm like really excited to like have, take another class with her. I'm honestly kind of bummed that she's not doing my like actual school counseling class. And I'm a little nervous to have a new professor for the class that I'm taking tonight. But I've heard mostly good things about her, so I'm like hoping it'll go well. Although like I am gonna be doing although of course I'm starting up school and everything, my goal is to still plan to actually have do videos and everything. I really would like to still plan for that. That is definitely a goal of mine. Let's see. Woo. And so we got this color, but then we also have a more like nude type color, which that goes like perfectly with the shirt. And then I kind of feel like I want something that pops a little bit. And then we have this one. I definitely like, as you can see, I have a lot of like nude colors, but I also like kind of branched out and got a lot of like, more like pop-in type colors. Yeah, I think we're gonna like, I don't even think I'm gonna add highlighter. I think I'm just gonna like add some, I think I'm gonna do this color today. Oh yeah. I like that because that really like brings out just kind of brings out a little bit of pop, and then maybe put some like lip gloss on to kind of like add a little extra. The nice thing about these is that they're like hydrating too, so. Woo! All right. So makeup is done, and I'm just gonna like, I guess it's 7:38. Man, I feel like time is going by slow in a way because like I kind of expected to like just go to work and like, okay, now what do I do? But I think I'm honestly just gonna try to like get my stuff together. I don't know if I'll actually like do like cooking or anything. But yeah, I think that's honestly what I'm gonna do. Like, and then, I'll just kind of chill. And I honestly don't know what else to do really. Like, it's so weird to have like a 2 hour delay, I feel like. So, I will see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys. So, yeah, I think today's gonna end up being kind of like almost like a more of like a studious day. Like, I like was not prepared for that 2 hour delay. That ended up happening. So I'm going in at 10:15 now, and so like I ended up doing my makeup as you saw, and so I just am also I found out that my class is online tonight. The professor has COVID, which I feel really bad about that because that sucks, and like I do hope she feels better. But I also went ahead and like checked to see like what was due soon and like those sort of things, and also to see if like there was any reading I needed to do tonight. But the main thing that I saw was that like there was a training certificate that I really should try to like just go ahead and get done. But then also that we did an interview paper last semester for a different class for like the introduction to counseling class that I had to do, but I have to do another interview paper for like a school counselor, but like another school counselor. So I'm over here like, okay, like I decided to email the professor to find out like, whether she wanted me to like specifically focus on public school or whether I could like reach out to like private like schools, because I have ideas of like people I'd like to reach out to, or like schools that I have interest in talking to. I know that like last semester I did an elementary school counselor, so I kind of would like to try to do a middle school counselor, because I feel like for me, as someone who works as a teacher assistant currently with elementary school kids, and pre-K kids, I just really like have been finding that like the longer I work with younger kids, like I kind of like miss that toddler age sometimes. But like then there's like that part of me that's like, I'm over elementary school. I want to work with like the middle school kids. And so I just like kind of would love to like talk with like a middle school counselor, someone who like, maybe like they've had experience with like elementary school kids, but like they also are kind of like, like I would love to just like talk to like, and I even have ideas. Like I follow some like school counselors on YouTube, and I'm like, I almost wouldn't mind reaching out to some of them, especially because I feel like they would be like such great people to reach out to if possible. And then I have schools that like are located like in my hometown that I'm like, I actually would love to like talk to them. And so I'm just kind of like trying to get an idea of like where her brain is, and like if like she wants me to specifically focus on public school, or if I could reach out to private or nonprofit schools, because I'm over here like I have interest in like working at a private school, nonprofit schools, maybe alternative schools. I'm not even sure I want to focus in public schools, like especially because like I found that for me anyways, like the most help that I got was in like a private school, but they were also like, they focused on disability. So it's like, that's kind of like an area that's like a passion for me. So like I have like a lot of interest in talking to some of those people, and like talking to schools that I know like that's like their focus, or either like talking to someone who like, maybe they're not like, they're different from me. And like, so, but I also like, I know that like my practicums and my internship are probably going to be in public school. So that's why I kind of like want to get an idea of like where she stands on it, where she wants me to do public school or whether she wants me to do private school. Like, I can't believe I have to interview someone, and she wants us to come up with our own questions, so I gotta, like, think about that. I don't feel like I have, like, I gotta, like, think about my questions, though, because, like, I feel like the questions are where I'm kind of like, I don't know what my questions are. Like, I feel like, if anything, like, my questions are more about, like, just kind of, like, trying to, like, get an idea for, like, why they chose school counseling rather than working in mental health. And, like, because, like, I feel like my brain's so, like, I want to do school counseling, but I also want to be an LPC. I want to do everything. And, like, so I don't know. But it'll be interesting. Like, it's gonna be hard to, like, figure out those questions. I also think that, like, I can, like, kind of, like, have a friend, like, I'm much better about brainstorming if I, like, talk with someone, because sometimes they can help, like, me, like, really, like, dig into my brain, and so that'll help. But I also saw that there was a training that I need to get done, and that, like, is something that, like, although it's not due yet, that's something that I can just, like, get done real fast. And so I'm kind of, those are the two things that I'm, like, focused on just getting done. But especially because it takes time to, like, reach out to someone, figure out, like, who will actually take the time to talk with me. So, because sometimes not everybody's gonna, like, have the time for you, and so it's like sometimes you're gonna have to reach out to multiple different people before they're gonna have the time for you. Like, I remember last semester when I did an interview paper, it was like it took forever to finally find a time to make it work, and it felt like so frustrating. But then, like, I did feel like I learned some stuff. It wasn't like, I'm hoping, like, I'll learn more this semester, like, when it comes to, like, the interview paper. So, yeah, I don't know. I like to not believe that class is online, though. Like, I just, that really, like, gets me. So, it's gonna be an interesting day. I honestly feel like it's gonna be a lot of studying and everything and trying to just, like, get things done. I was not prepared in any way to, like, be like, oh, like, I gotta, like, do class online. I don't do well with that. I especially feel like I don't focus as well. So that is, like, where I feel like it gets hard, because then I, like, feel like I get very, like, distracted and I gotta fidget. And, like, whereas, like, at least if I'm sitting in a classroom, it's like my brain's like, okay, we're, like, working. Whereas if I'm, like, sitting at home, it's very hard to get, like, off, like, just be like, oh, like, let me do this puzzle, let me, like, do this, let me, like, cook my dinner. And so, yeah, it's very hard. So, oh well. So, honestly, I, like, this video is turning out to be a lot longer than I expected, so I think I'm just honestly gonna call it a day, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!